Okay, we're going to be playing the second case of Case Solved, the London Files. We are in the last act. So this says, during the final rehearsal before opening night, the lead actress collapsed dead on stage. But signs of tension backstage suggest that this sudden death most likely conceal a crime. I think after this, we have one more case that takes place in Big Ben, which I think is really cool. But I was also just like looking and stuff. There's this little section down here said classified. When I clicked on that, it says find hidden codes to unlock new secret files, which I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then it says try code NEXTFest. Ooh. And when I click on it, I get a secret file. It's called the Hackney Kaleidoscope. It's rated a difficulty of 3. But I really want to jump into the second case. So maybe once we finish the cases, should we come back and try these classified cases and see? There's 42 of them. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Right now, let's play the second case and solve this poor actress's murder. She's a fine actress. Crying on stage is easy, but literally dying? A few can manage that. Another London haunted theater, perhaps. Sergeant? Ooh, he's got a weird looking hat. Detective. Have you any idea the public and private money that was poured into this place? No, but I've always wanted to know how much. A lot, probably, I think. Then let's start with the time of death. British tea goes cold quickly. My point is, do your job. The yard expects the culprit before 5 o'clock tea. The sergeant may shine. The stage may The stage must shine, Sergeant. But the truth tends to wait in the dressing room. Save the poetry for the report, Detective. Now, gather all the data and tell me who was where and why. Well, no. No. I was gonna say, well, he ain't a charmer, right? Well, whatever. The virgins don't align. What the heck is wrong with me right now? The virgins don't align. First, I'll fix the minute, then the culprit. Your first evaluation in this case begins, and the end is the final part of the rehearsal, Detective. The yard expects precision, not theories. Okay. So, we have 4 suspects. The director, the understudy, the stagehand, and the musician. I'm gonna call it now. It's probably the understudy. It's always the understudy, I feel. I was gonna talk to her first, but maybe we talk to the director. Look at that roll of tape dumped on the floor. Amateurs. There's a roll of tape? That's a ticket. That's not it. That's a camera. Oh, right here. If there's a single fingerprint on this, I'll retire. No one is that amateurish. What? Let's go to my clipboard. It's on the stage. Okay, so the clipboard's on the stage. Plenty of notes on the lighting and nothing on the crime. Disappointing. Let's go to the understudy. Seems different. Can't say why. That spotlight blinded me. So it's this. If that spotlight flickered at the wrong moment, half the cast gained an alibi. Oh, that's tough. I've seen people wear worse gloves than those. Gloves? Oh, these. They're almost like... Oh, pure silk. My favorite fabric of... Socialities, society, and villains. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. While you philosophize, I something. Okay. So I guess row Z any further back and there'd be another address entirely. Okay, so I guess that wasn't like a thing we can nobody talks about. That was something we can just click on. So all the evidence is collected. So let's see what we got. Okay, so this says whoever said the victim was tired saw her painting. The musician said the victim had seemed tired. So you said she was tired. And apparently you saw the paint, or you saw her panting. That's what you saw. The painting. I really am not paying attention right now. The stagehand said the victim was confused and unstable. So, was confused? Oh, sorry. Was confused and danced unstable. Either the understudy indicated that the victim was confused or she indicated that the victim was strange. So she must have said strange. Who said the victim's rehearsal was normal? Also, I saw her dance was stable. Whoever said the victim's rehearsal was normal also said her dance was stable. Okay. If the understudy didn't see the victim tired, then she didn't see the victim pale. Right. No. Whoever said the victim was confused said she was tense in her monologue. Whoever said the victim was weak in the monologue also said she was silent. Either the director believes the victim was weak and exhausted, or that she was strong and suffered a collapse. Neither the director nor the stagehand said that the victim was healthy. Okay, so that means you said she was healthy. You said he's normal. Whoever said that the victim was normal said that her dance was stable. If the understudy didn't see the victim tired, she also did not see the victim pale. So that means you saw her pale and you saw her was faint. Whoever said the victim was weak, which no one said that so far, in the monologue has also said the silent. Okay. Well, now, whoever said the victim was weak in the monologue. So who said it was weak and who said it was strong? I'm just going to assume that the director said that she was strong and suffered a collapse, because that would go with him saying that she was normal and stable. So that means that she said it was weak, and so she was silent, and that she was exhausted. Okay, let's see if I got it. The stage must shine, Sergeant, but the truth tends to wait in the dressing room. Say the poetry for the report, Detective. What have you found? We have 4 suspects. The director. She was the only one who did things properly. The musician. The more I talk, the more I understand silence. The stagehand. The real crime was that they pay us to work here. And the understudy. I'd imagine her out of the play 100 times. Dead, never. It's definitely her. 110%. I'm like betting on that. Each one says something different about the victim, it seems. But one thing is certain, she waited for the grand finale to die. Nothing like British manners, is there? Yay! We completed the first one. The play last act was also the actress's last act, but the statements still conceal a great many contradictions. Stage 2. The stage shows the trick. The backstage explains the hand. Okay. Forget the stage. The opportunity was backstage. Map everyone's path, who approached that water, and when. If the collapse was in the last act, the cause went up on stage with her. Oh. Shut up. Does that say Moriarty? This cat. Oh, I found a hint. No, I didn't get the kitty in the last one. Okay, I'll go off camera and do that. Okay, let's talk to this guy. I didn't know I could click on the kitty. Okay, comedy mask. This. She smiles because she doesn't have to listen to the lying testimonies I hear. See if this helps. It hardly can make anything worse. Oh, thanks. This is a strange and satisfying director. Oh, this is strange. Then wait. I genuinely have no idea. Should I just click everything? The ball mask. Terrible taste and cheap sequence. Okay, let's talk to the director. On the top hat of the costume rack, this is where I take the holidays. Oh, this. I hope there's a rabbit in there. It would be the most logical thing I've seen today. Okay. Yeah, I didn't need to talk to her. Okay, so the understudy suffers from anxiety before the dance. Oh, no, anxiety. The director did not have the score, and whoever had the score was in observation. Neither the one doing the tuning nor the one doing preparation was checking the script. Whoever was doing the preparation either had nervousness or was doing adjustments. Oh my gosh. Let me scoot in here. Either the one with the costume was in the preparation or the one in silence was in supervision. If someone was waiting and with anxiety, they also show nervousness. So you were waiting and you showed nervousness. The director stated he was doing supervision during the rehearsal while the stagehand was doing preparation. So you were doing supervision and you were doing preparation, which means you were doing tuning. So that means that neither of you were doing the script, so that means you did the script. Either the one with the costume was preparation or the one silence did the supervising. Okay, well it has to be so you did the costumes and you were in silence. Whoever was doing participation either had nervousness or was doing adjustments. Okay, well you had nervousness, so you were doing adjustments. Didn't have the score. Whoever had the score was in observation. We haven't figured out who does that. Neither the understudy was in observation nor was she in front of the mirror. Okay, well that means you were in discipline. Or she was in front of the mirror. Oh, either or. Whoever was doing adjustments cannot have the score nor be in command. So, you had the tool. Okay. So, the director did not have the score. Whoever did was in observation. So, you were in observation and you had the score. That means you were in the mirror, you were disciplined, and you were command. Right? Yes. For her to die like that, there are only two possibilities. Poison or remarkable acid theater review, and there was no critics about. Poison, even for murder, they won't give up the drama. The question remains... The question that remains is who? Why can I not read today? Focus, detective. What is the next step? Poison did not buy its own ticket. We need to know who was moving about backstage. Alright, we're moving on. It was poison. The victim's water had been tampered with. Okay, so she was poisoned. Good to know. Good to know. Okay. The stagehand's routine is our fixed point. But there are footprints and this briefcase. But these footprints and this briefcase aren't his. These marks aren't his. The East Corridor was No. The East Corridor was restricted. Who else had access? Unrestricted access. That's the point to a master key. And who owned it? The producer. He was what? And he was seen in the tense conversation with the victim shortly before the last act. Alright. Let's go talk to this guy. Lovely rose, isn't it? Worth every penny. Okay, so there's a rose I need to pick up. Let's get this cat. Talk to this lady. Cane usually is part of a villain's costume, you know. Oh, here's the cane. I don't know where that rose is. Hollow inside. Most of the alibis I've heard in the last hour. That's funny. Oh, the rose is right here. Here, detective. More paperwork for your collection. Okay. This is the rose. Leaving a flower at the crime scene is so original. Let's go talk to the director. How am I to criticize the cast? The binoculars. Dirty lenses. That would explain why nobody saw a thing during the rehearsal. The microphone. Okay. One, two, testing. Could the culprit come to the stage and confess? That's funny. I guess we need to talk to him. And once again, I moved your work along. Okay. Oh. I got a little clicky happy. Okay. So we know that the suspect number 5. Okay. Whoever left the briefcase in the corridor went to the balcony to to arrange the benches and observe in the wing. Okay. The understudy did not leave a briefcase nor footprints in the corridor. Okay. The understudy was in their warehouse changing costumes. Suspect was seen in the warehouse. The footprints in the corridor were either the director's or suspect number 5. Whoever left the marks in the corridor went to the warehouse for smoke or check. Okay. Suspect 5 neither spilled nor observed in the wings and left no step traces in the balcony. I've got a sneeze. Oh my goodness. Whoever cladded in the wings left footprints in the corridor. The marks in the corridor were left by the same suspect who was arrested in the wings. And the director did not smoke in the warehouse. The musician went to the balcony to help with bulbs. Whoever left marks in the corridor was neither the detective nor the suspect. Okay. So, I feel like nothing happened. Nothing. Okay, this footprint thing. In the corridor were either the directors or suspect 5's. Okay, well the mark was neither... Okay, so the mark... Whoever left the mark in the corridor went to the warehouse for smoke or check. So he had to have left the marks. Because these two are already cleared of something else. And this said that she didn't smoke or check. And then it says... Oh. He doesn't smoke. So, I mean, he was already clear. The marks in the corridor were left by someone the same who's rested in the wing. So you rested. Whoever clattered in the left wing's footprints of the corridor. Where is... The understudy did not leave the briefcase or footprints. Okay. Thanks. So she left the script. Footprints were either the director or suspect number 5. Whoever left the marks either smokes or checks. Huh. Okay, wait. Suspect 5 neither spied nor observed. So that means that they chatted, because that's it. And that means that they left the footprints, so he left the briefcase. That also means that you observed and were at the benches, meaning that you spied, and whoever left the marks smoked or checked, and the director didn't smoke, so he checked, or he smoked, he checked, and left no traces on the thing. Ah, I did it. Yeah, and the producer was suspect number 5. This trope slipped about backstage so much. MI6 could take lessons, not to mention the greatest tactic of warfare, a briefcase and a footprint in the restricted area. The producer, who is also seen in a tense conversation with the victim, hardly a suspect, eh? Quite the contrary, very suspicious. But it means nothing unless we map out everyone's motives. I think it's the understudy. The 5th suspect has been identified. The producer, seen in a restricted area talking to the victims before the last act. We're on stage 4. Okay, when the stage shines, the contract casts shadows, Sergeant. Follow the money, detective. Those lives improve with her death? Whose lives improve? What? Whose life improves with her death? I literally cannot speak today. And crumbles if secret comes to light. Money and secrets. It's the combination that signs most reports. Continue. Okay, let's talk to stagehand. Seen the paint? It's been left down to the corridor. Oh, paint. Yep. Oh, bucket. A bucket full of nothing useful. Kitty! Hello. Okay, let's talk to you. Someone left the paint roller laying about. Okay. A paint roller. Was the killer redecorating between screams? Let's go talk to the producer all the way over here. I'd love to chat, but the lamp is crying for help. This lamp? Or this lamp? This lamp. I'm like, the one on or off? The wiring here is a crime of its own. Where's the electrician? I want to arrest him first. Seen a fan? The weapon of choose whatever he said. He said it. Oh, click it. Careful. It might contain whispered secrets or just a bit of mold. Okay, let's talk to the understudy. Only her favorites got past the partition. A divider, splitting empty space from more empty space. Excellent work indeed. Let's go talk to the sergeant. While you were nattering, I found this. A cat? You found a cat? Alrighty. The rival will take the storeroom. The victim's lover was checking the script, and the nephew was none as secret. The musician was tuning the instrument. Either the musician was the lover or the stagehand was the colleague. The insurance policy belongs to the director or the producer. The victim's nephew will receive an inheritance, and whoever is envy was checking props. The director was not the victim's nephew and was doing blackmail with her. Blackmail? Whoever was adjusting the lights does not have an insurance policy. The producer was victim's agent. So the producer was the victim's agent, and the understudy was the rival. I'm telling you. Let's go back to the first page. The rival took the star room. Stardom. I don't know what the heck a stardom is. And the insurance policy. Oh. Okay. Either the stagehand is ill or the understudy has none as a secret. But the nephew has none as a secret. So the stagehand is ill. Who had an affair also had the insurance policy. Great. So, we already know your secret is blackmail. So you have to have the affair, which means you have the insurance. Neither the stagehand nor the musician has the payoff of the debt of the victim. So neither the stagehand or musician, so that means that you have the payoff. Whoever does lights does not have the insurance policy. Well, doesn't he do lights? Do you do lights, sir? Okay. Well, he's a stagehand, so I'm assuming he's doing lights. The victim's nephew will receive an inheritance, and whoever was checking props. Okay, so maybe he wasn't doing lights. Were you doing lights? Ah, you were doing lights. So, you're the nephew. Oh, you're not the nephew. Well, now I'm confused. Unless he's the nephew. You will receive the inheritance. And then whoever is envy, but you were ill, was doing props. But neither, unless you're envy and you're doing props. And you did the lights. The lover. So you have to be the colleague. Oh, either the musician was the lover. Oi. Where does it say anything about being ill? Okay, the musician was turning an instrument. Okay. The lover was checking the script. And because you're doing this, you can't be... What? I'm so confused. Okay, I'm gonna restart it. What? See what this is now? I'm confused again. We're redoing this. You get nothing, and you're the payoff. Oh my gosh. That was... Oh, and you got the bills. That was a little cuckoo. So, detective, which of them stands gain from the actress's death? Unfortunately, all of them. Perhaps even you and I, Sergeant. All of this was for nothing, then? Hunger isn't enough. One needs to will to eat, and a knife and fork in hand. I need more conclusions and fewer riddles. There's a theater company, aren't they? It's time for them to restage the crime. Then it's time for them to restage the crime. Okay, we finished the fourth one. The clue lies at the intersection of whom profited from the victim's death and who had a secret she was about to expose. She's with child. I don't know. Final reenactment. Tainted water, restricted access, 5-minute window. And the only one with the key, recorded presence, and financial secrets that would die for her. The producer. The hand that entered the dressing room before the last act. He's getting it. He's excited. Goodness. The accusation holds. Close the case, detective. Closed? The policy was worth more than the last act. Your methods, it worked. Now, the report. Okay. Where's the cat? Right here. Alright. Let's talk to him. There's a blind spot in the mirror. Perfect for cowards. This. Oh, I clicked the zebra head on accident. I didn't. Black and white stripes. It's like a uniform the culprit was wearing while in prison, I hope. Is it just me, or is that mask judging me? This one. Why is that mirror? The perfect facial expressions for someone who had just found out the tea is gone. Let's go talk to the producer. Looks like the perfect costume for a murderer, doesn't it? It's the hat. Is it this hat? It is that hat. A fedora! If it weren't brown, I'd wear it. The last time I helped you today, detective. Oh, this is it. The understudy? She died and let the tea gone cold. How rude. Let's get Mrs. Potts. The first useful thing of this investigation. Hot tea. Oh, Auntie adored zebras. Okay. So, oh there, I just had to click on a random spot and I got it. Ah, the culprit. Oh no, it's just me. Looking impeccable as always. He's fun. I like him. Alright, let's try this again. So you were the author and you were innocent? Is that right? Alright, we're sending it. I have no idea if that's right. Splendid, we've narrowed down a list of suspects from everyone down to everyone. But only one of them had motive to spare the master key that created the perfect opportunity. The producer. Poison in one hand, life insurance policy in the other. It wasn't a crime. It was just a difficult financial decision. So it was the guy. It was the producer. I hate to admit it, detective, but your methods work. Best we close the case quickly, before somebody decides to turn it into a musical. So it was the producer. He was the one he had an affair with. That's why you have an affair. He wanted life insurance policy. Oh, we've done so well. Case closed, the producer. He silenced the victim to protect insurance fraud and a personal secret. The motive was backstage, not on stage. Oh, that's fun. I like that. Okay, so I see that the little cat things. I'll have to go back through the first case. Actually, can I just go? Yeah. I'll go back through here and I'll get the cat, and then I'll go back through the first one and get the rest of the cats in between now and the next episode. Our next episode might be our last one, depending on whether or not we want to go back and to do this classified stuff. So let me know what you guys are thinking, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!